there, it's Liz Yule, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Old Stables Crafts. So, today I am bringing you another of my whole lot of lovely craft box projects. So, I'm doing another Make It Up As We Go, which is slightly scary. I mean, I've kind of planned it, but not fully. So, I'm using a couple of the offcuts from the 6 by 12 sheets. So just some little bits. I've got a piece of, if I had a brain, that would help, wouldn't it? Pool Party. It's always lovely when you know these things, isn't it? So Pool Party, because one of the colours that I'm giving you, so you get two of each of Pool Party, Powder Pink, Tranquil Tide, Basic Black and Crushed Curry, as well as some Whisper White. So that's all in your kit. 2 sheets of each of those, 4 sheets of the Whisper White, but 2 of the colours. All of the ribbons, so you get a yard of each of those, a yard of the black and gold sequin trim, some 5 of the library clips, all of the pattern paper, vellum, striped bags, some die cuts that I am including that go with this, and oh yeah, I mean it's wonderful. It's £20 for the whole kit. You get slightly over £20 worth of product, but it would cost you near £100 to get it all. Anyway, so procrastination over. Let's get on with the project. So I've got Pool Party, which I've cut to my standard base, as in first mat. Black dimensions, associated blog post below. Basic Black, so that's going to go on there. I've already mounted a couple of the stamps from the add-on Whole Lot of Love stamp set. And we're going to do a bit of heat embossing. So I'll do that first. We're going to do 2-tone heat embossing, so that's quite exciting. Right. Embossing buddy, you do need to get a reasonable amount on here because it's black, and obviously it's black, but the black does tend to show any little overflow of ink, so do just bear that in mind. I'm going to do this little leaf and the flower. I'm doing the leaves in copper and the flower in gold. So I'm just inking up with Versamark my leaves, and I'm going to pop those in the corner, and then just cover that up for a moment. So these are in copper, and I'm just going to there we go. So that's the copper. Ooh. Seal that up again. And then the flower, I'm going to again ink up with Versamark. Sorry, I'm shaking the whole camera setup. And then put my bottom out. I'm going to turn it so I can actually see what I'm doing. This is where, when I've got my Stamparatus, it will be a whole lot easier to do. Oh, that's actually not bad. Cover that up again. I don't like having my Versamark open when I've got embossing powders about, because they do tend to attract to it for some reason. Now this one, because I don't really want the copper into my gold, I'm just going to dabble and then do a gentle tap off and just make sure I can't see any embossing powder, but I will bring in a dry brush just to make sure. So I've got just a dry paintbrush. It's, don't know what it's for. Anyway, it's a dry brush, and I'm just going to make sure, without touching the images, that I haven't got any overflow. because it can just suddenly appear as you heat emboss. So let's bring in the trusty cheese board, because we haven't had that out for a while, so we'll bring in the trusty cheese board, clip that on, get my heat tool and heat that up. So the deal with the craft box is you need to send me an email to liz.yule@artlover.com and to let me know that you want it. The deadline for ordering is the 7th of January, by which time I need payment. I will send you an invoice when I get your email and just give you the payment options, and then we're good to go. So let's just heat this. Love it! Look at that go. Oh, that is just... I can't decide which I prefer at the moment. Watching embossing powder or brush shows. It's one of them, I just don't know which. Right, that's warped a little bit, so I'm just going to get the back of my card and just warm it a little bit from the back, which will help straighten out some of the warpage. And I'm doing it on the first setting. There we go. That's a little better. It's not brilliant, but it's better. So, okay. So that's that. So that will... Let's get rid of those. Don't need them. So that's going to go on here. But before I punch... Before I tear that, I'm going to punch these bits out, because I'm then going to punch some bits from the middle of here to do some matting. So I am going to use one of my die cuts. But then... Don't need those. I'm going to take the 1 3/8 circle punch and just punch out some of these flowers. And I'll probably punch more than I actually need. Let's get a bit of the blue in there as well. Silence. Sorry, I'm concentrating so hard that I've stopped talking, which is fine when you're in your craft room. Not so great when you're trying to put a card together. Right, so I'm just going to dry run this so that I can decide how many bits of blue pool party I want. Do I want... No, I don't want all of them. I don't like even numbers, that's the problem. Do you know what? I think I'm just going to have to be brave and have even numbers. Oh no. Ooh! 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 I could cut those two off at the edge, couldn't I? Yep, okay, we're going for 5. Right, which means I need 4 circles from here, because I've got 1. This is a slightly different size, but this is the 1.5 inch circle punch. So I'm going to go quite a long way in, and hopefully manage to get 4. So this is not going to be seen, obviously. So that goes on there. Comme ça. I need to get rid of my embossing buddy, and also the overrun of the embossing buddy. So what I'm going to do is run some fast fuse round the edge. Yeah, just run some fast fuse round the edge of here. I know is not the order I have been doing things recently, but because of what we're aiming at. And I'm also going to put some fast fuse between some of the circles to help keep body and soul together, because we need to flatten out the black piece as much as we can because of the heat embossing warpage. So that's about straight. And then I'm going to bring in my card base, which I thought I had out. I do. So, piece of... oh no, I can't use that. Didn't include that in your kit. Won't include that then. Right. So, we'll be putting it on basic black. So, piece of basic black, cut in half, scored down the middle to make an A6 standard card base. I'm going to go that way. Oh, I like that. You will need to put a liner in, but I've given you standard Whisper White, so that's fine. And then I'm going to put quite a lot of fast fuse on this, because again, we need to help flatten out any heat embossing warpage. So I want this up in the top corner. There we go. Oh, actually, I like that a lot, just as well. Right, okay, so which one of these flowers do I like the most? That one, I think, because that's a full flower. So I'm going to pop that on my gold die cut, and then a bit of fast fuse on each of the blue punch circles. And just pop these on. Right. Oh, and of course I did say I was going to cut the edges off, didn't I? Okay, well we're going to have to do that in a slightly different way then. Or just bring them in. No, I'm going to just bring them in. Right. Let's not make life difficult for ourselves. Okay. So I'm going to have those actually up from the... Will they come up a bit? Yes. Up from the base. But in, so up from the base and in from the edge. And then... No, let's go straight. Let's not fiddle around. Don't you love the way my brain just ticks away in the background? And then this I am going to pop up on thumb dimensionals. Let's get 3 of those. And then we're done! Yay! So, what project are we on? Is this number 4? I think this might be number 4. There we go. So, just something a wee bit different. So I hope you like that. If you did, do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. If you're in the UK and would like the craft box, just drop me an email, say liz.ewell@artlover.com. www.poolparty.com. I'll make sure that's in the description bar below, but it will be over on my blog as well. Dimensions in the post linked below. So I hope to see you soon. When are you going to be watching this? Possibly before Christmas. In which case, have a lovely Christmas, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks a lot. Bye!